All right, let's talk about this Yeat Drake potential collab, because obviously there is no confirmation whatsoever. However, if you recall, when Yeat was shooting this music video that I haven't listened to, it's called Bigger Than Everything. Grammatically, it is incorrect. It's then rather than for some reason, but you know how Yeat got his own language. But regardless, so there was I think Instagram story series, actually like 2 or 3, where Drake was wearing a cowboy hat in Texas, or I'm not really sure, one of the southern states, right? And Yeat was shooting this music video also in the desert, which is heavily associated with the South or like the Midwest kind of situation. So potentially shot in Texas as well, but you know, could be in the middle of Oklahoma. We have no idea. But during this Lyrical Lemonade music video, there was also Benny X, because he was the producer, which is a now producer of Drake. I think that he produced his last single. What is it called? I think he dissed like Kanye in it, if I recall correctly. But regardless, we don't really necessarily know that song title. I think it's called actually Search and Rescue. It even allegedly had Kim Kardashian in the cover. But anyway, as I was saying, so people were speculating for this song specifically that Drake might have been on it. Now, he didn't end up being on it, but he posted an Instagram story essentially co-signing Yeat, saying dialed in. And there's always been rumors of potentially Yeat and Drake working at some point. They probably do have some songs or plans for it, especially with Yeat's affiliation with Zach Bia, and then also Benny X, who are close friends with Drake, or Zach Bia is, but then Benny X again has worked with Drake, so it's not out of the question. And I also feel like maybe they could be hinting at something. This doesn't mean anything like necessarily like he's just co-signing Yeat because I guess they're homies behind the scenes, but I do think it's still possible, especially with, I think I'm not gonna say names, but there was somebody on my stream a while back saying that Yeat and Drake definitely did have plans or were locked in at some point, because originally, before Yeat really blew up, actually while he was blowing up during his little TikTok era when he had Money So Big and all of the tracks from Up To Me, this was prior to Two Alive, Drake posted, or I'm not sure if he posted pictures, maybe Yeat did it, but pictures surfaced of the both of them at Drake's release party for Certified Lover Boy, I believe. So again, people were thinking that they could have locked in then as well. So it's really not out of the question. Now, for Yeat's career though, I feel like since he's already gotten the Young Thug, he's gotten the Uzi, he's gotten Gunna features, like there really isn't too much else other than creating hit songs that he can do to climb up the ladder. Maybe he get a Future feature, or is there really anybody else? Travis Scott, but I don't know if their sounds would mesh as well together, although I think they both are versatile enough where it could work out. But Drake would be that final puzzle piece in his career to, because I feel like a lot of people are thinking that his sound is stagnant right now because he has been working with Benny X a lot, and his music may not be as unique as it once was, or it sounds like he's kind of making somewhat similar music. Again, I haven't listened to Bigger Than Everything, so take that with a grain of salt. This song could be life-changing, although I don't think so, just from the perception online. I'm not saying that it's necessarily bad. I'll let y'all know later, but to get the Drake feature, that would definitely allow him to bypass this. Maybe like he sold 52K with Afterlife, and then his next project is allegedly Lifestyle. So Lifestyle, is it really gonna bump up to that 70 something K and just keep like moving up 20K? Because I believe what was it, Two Alive hit 30 something K, so Afterlife hit 52, 70, and so on. So if he really wants to make it big, that Drake feature would definitely allow him to do that. And as we've discussed with a lot of these artists who are signed to other big artists, such as like the Opium label or the Cactus Jack label, in relation to like Sofago and Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, like the best time to get a big feature like that, even though Yeat is not signed to an artist, would be to do it when you are kind of I don't know, like, again, remaining stagnant with your numbers to get you up to that next level. Although Yeat's numbers are doing well, I don't think that they're as popping as they once were. I haven't really heard a Yeat TikTok hit, because you know how TikTok runs the industry, for better or worse. We all know, or we all hate it personally, or at least I do, just because it kind of forces music to remain in this jingle state. But I guess music has always been like that, with the radio, just the stupidest songs being the biggest ones. Like, I'd have to say that most of my songs by certain artists are not necessarily their biggest songs, just because those are for the normies, the NPCs, if you will. But I do feel like this would be the right time for him to cop that Drake feature. Even though you don't really cop a Drake feature, it's kind of just him co-signing you. And I think that he's already done it publicly. So again, the song would make sense now, especially because at this point in time, I feel like the underground, or just the cult-like following behind Yeat, is kind of going down, simmering, in that, you know, people aren't saying Twizzy and Tonka, or like the whole lingo behind his career is kind of dead. Like, it's kind of corny, especially I'm 27 years old, so I'm not gonna be like, yo, you my Twizzy. I never really was like that anyway, because that's for all the little kids and whatnot. But I even feel like the kids are not necessarily saying that anymore, because you'd get roasted if you were in a comment section or Twitter replies saying that. They're on to new artists like Osama Sun, or I don't even know. I feel like there's not really a breakout artist right now, because a lot of the new upcoming rappers already hit their stride, such as Ken or Lone or Sofego, and then now they're getting a lot of the hate, like especially Sofego, and now Lone with If Looks Could Kill, people calling it boring, which I do think it was too many songs. So I don't know. I'm sure Yeat would love that feature, and I'm sure Drake would love giving it to him, because he likes to collab with upcoming artists to maintain his relevancy, kind of like how he worked with Future or Lil Baby, even though they were probably more popping than Yeat is currently. But it always looks good when a big artist who's already in the spotlight puts on upcoming rappers, because then it shows that they're really tapped in, and like they can maybe even claim that they were the reason, even though they weren't, that artist blew up. And so it like extends the career, and that's really Drake's game throughout the last 10 years with all the features that he's given people. Although he's also, in a way, yes, he made them money with, like, say, Block Boy JB, giving them a #1 single or top 10, but then afterwards they fall off. But I feel like Yeat is at the point in his career where he has the discography and fan base built up. Might not be as strong as it once was before, but I don't think getting a really poppin' hit with Drake would like catapult his career and then have him fall off completely. Like, maybe it might come down just gradually and naturally, but then he's still got that fan base. It would still be bigger than where it was before a Drake feature if he got that look. But y'all, let me in the comments, do you think Yeat's gonna get that Drake feature, that precious Infinity Stone, the last one in his career, to really be established as a top rapper, let's say? Or is it just all, you know, fun and games and Drake is trying to co-sign and it doesn't mean anything?